Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you wherever you are around the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, already in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday morning edition, and I'm excited to be back because I have exclusives right here on this channel, Salon's Blog. Once again, you are highly welcome. Football news, and the breaking news this morning for you: Renato Veiga to Juventus on loan. Here we go. Renato Veiga to Juventus, a loan deal sealed and settled. Oh yes, £4.2 million loan fee. £4.2 million loan fee until June with no buy option clause. And then the player will be back to Chelsea at the end of the season. That is in June for the Club World Cup. So Chelsea got a deal done with Juventus. Renato Veiga to Juventus. My goodness. Good business. This is why we kept saying that these are owners. They are only in for the business aspect. They've won. How much did they buy Renato Veiga? Is it 12 million euros from FC Basel? They bought him 12 million. And they use him for 6 months. They loan him away for 6 months. For almost half of the amount he was bought. In his first year alone, Chelsea are already recouping more than half of the amount he was bought. Or let's just say half the amount Renato Veiga was bought from FC Basel. 4.2 million for 6 months. I mean, Juventus, honestly, you guys, they have so much money, they don't know what to use it for, or they were so desperate for the player. No, my heart off for Chelsea and the management team. They are in for the business. And this is what we'll be saying. They are not there because they love the club. I don't see the love for the football. They are there because of the money. I understand, these are investors. That is why they don't care whether we win trophies or not. Look, good business, fine. But assuming they are balancing it up, as Real Madrid, what makes Real Madrid great is that the academy, they made over 200 million euros. Over 200 million euros from the academy sales alone in the past few seasons. I think 250 something million euros over the past few seasons from the academy players. Good business. Yet they are still delivering on the pitch of play until this season that, Real Madrid, it looks like they're having some challenges. Not delivering on the pitch as expected. But trust them to come up again. It's just like City. City tried to get to the level of Real Madrid. Yes, for a while now they've been competing well until this season. But what our owners are doing right now is like, they are only looking for every loophole to make money. Oh yes, every loophole. Which player can we sell to make profit? All we want is the dividend. 4.2 million loan for 6 months. Is it up to 6 months even? 5 months. Oh yes, January is already over. And the season will be over in May, June. Dear friend, Renato Veiga, this guy is a utility player, you know that. I believe this is what made Juventus to be so keen on getting him. But the point is, the question I want to ask is, what is going on right now between Chelsea and Juventus on Douglas Luiz? If Renato Veiga is going to the other direction, then I would have expected that Douglas Luiz will be coming to this direction. But hey, what we understand, Juventus want Douglas Luiz to go on. If it's a loan, they want a loan with obligation to buy. And Chelsea want the player for just the loan period, for the 6 months. This is where the negotiations are now on a standstill. Chelsea are actually considering an opportunity in midfield positions. Yes, it won't be a superstar name, but they are considering adding another midfielder. These are positions that Chelsea want to strengthen. And with Douglas Luiz, I believe that that position could have been covered. That position would have been covered fully well. He's not a bad player. But Chelsea right now, they are looking at our summer. We have players that covers up already for Romeo Lavia. So if they must get a name at all, another player at all, like they said here, according to Fabrizio Romano, not a superstar name. Means a player that can deputize for Romeo Lavia, that will agree to be on the bench. Superstar name will not like to be on the bench. It's as simple as that. So they are looking at a player, a midfielder, a prospect again. This is where Chelsea, we are always stuck. Prospect. We kept buying prospect. After 6 months, we sell the prospect. We bring another prospect. When are we going to be winning the trophy? You don't win trophies with prospects. You win trophies with experience. And that takes me to the next one. It's transfer window. We are in the last, 7 days of the month. The last 7 days or 8 days for the month to end. The transfer window, we are getting to the last week. From Monday, we are entering into the last week, or from Sunday, the last week of the transfer window. So we understand Chelsea's interest in Garnacho is also very strong. But you see, Garnacho is the middle ground between Modric and Werner. Yes. Garnacho, when I took my time to study him and to find out, I tried to find out why Chelsea have so much interest in Garnacho. I noticed something. I watched few of his games. I purposely spent quality time to watch Garnacho's play under Manchester United. And I discovered that Garnacho is a player that is in between Modric and Werner. Modric has an insane talent, no doubt about it. But his IQ level, when I talk about his IQ level, his final decision making, he has a talent, he has a speed, but his final decision making, it's in doubt. And he struggles to maximize his gift. He struggles to maximize his gift because you got the talent, you got the speed, the physicality and everything. But the final decision making is so he struggles to maximize his gift. Now, Werner, on the other hand, is incredible off the ball. He's very incredible off the ball, but way too basic. He's way too basic on things. Where he's supposed to take on defenders, he's just too basic. Like a player that is stuck, not growing. Garnacho falls somewhere in the middle of these two. And that maybe that's what makes this whole deal. Chelsea, our sporting director, that is just the reason why our directors are going in for him, because he's in between the two. And he's most likely to succeed in Chelsea. He is. I took my time and I studied. I spent quality time this few hours and I watched some of his games. He's most likely to succeed because he's got a speed. Garnacho got a speed. He's got a speed. His feet are very quick. He got a talent. And he's not a player that is now coming to the Premier League. At least he's gained some experience in the Premier League. And wait a minute, he also loves to shoot. And he's not scared. Garnacho is not scared to take on defenders. If you watch almost all his clips, he's the kind of player that draws defenders on him. And by so doing, he always gets, free kicks. He's been fouled several times. You will see Garnacho being fouled. And that will inure to Chelsea's benefit. To the team's benefit. If you have a good free kick takers, like we have. Oh, yes. We have good free kick takers. You cannot rule out Cole Palmer. Our captain himself is James. We have players that can take free kick. So Garnacho, when I study his gameplay, I think if not the price, and right now, I'll get to the price very soon. So, for me, as a Chelsea fan, if Chelsea can get him, if Chelsea can get Garnacho, it will be a plus. The only challenge I have here is, would he accept to deputize for Sancho? Or it means Sancho now is going to be playing different role. Then what about Noni Madueke and Pedro Neto? Who is going, this is where the challenge is. I'm not too sure what our owners want to do, because already Sancho is our player. Pedro Neto is also equally there. We are not in the Champions League this season for you to say, okay, all these players, at the end of the day, they'll be happy to play in the Champions League. We are in the Conference League, for Christ's sake, and this is why players like Christopher Nkunku are not happy to play, because the kind of teams we are playing a Conference League, and when we travel to Kazakhstan, a team going to travel to a place like Kazakhstan, the players are not happy to play in such environment or under such conditions. So, one thing also you must note is that if Modric is not coming back, then it means that we actually need Modric replacement, which is a competition for Sancho. We cannot just have only Sancho there as our left winger right now. I know Pedro Neto can also equally play there, but I see Pedro Neto being more of with Noni Madueke, at least 2 players in each position. So it is a welcoming news, a good player to this setup if we can get him, because he's got a speed, he's got the dribbling, the technique, the tactics. The only thing that I observe about Garnacho, the only thing I observe about him is he loses the how would I put it? He's fine. I mean, he doesn't pass quickly. Yes. He loves to take on defenders, so he doesn't release the balls early. When he has to release the ball, he doesn't. So he's got 1 or 2 weaknesses. Even United fans, they always chant him over that. He doesn't love to release the ball quick. Maybe we'll talk more about it. I just want to hope that we'll make the right decision. That Chelsea will make the right decision with Garnacho. And listen, Manchester United, as we speak, they have actually lowered their demands for Garnacho. Yes. After talks with Napoli now shifted their attention to is it Adeyemi or so from BVB, Borussia Dortmund. So that forced the hand of United to drop the asking price of 70 million. United are said to have come down from their initial asking price after holding talks on Tuesday, and are now open to doing business at around 55 million pounds. Around 55 million pounds. I mean, the last time we even heard it was 70 million pounds. I mean, 59 million pounds now, 55, from 59 to 55. So if Chelsea can negotiate well, we can still get it better than this. This is according to Sky Sports News. Yeah. So, dear friends, that is on the transfer front. But remember, breaking news, Renato Veiga to Juventus for 4.2 million pounds. Good business for Chelsea right there. Now, to some Champions League news. Before I let you go for your breakfast, some Champions League news. We are not in the Champions League, but some surprise result. Dear friend, can you imagine? Manchester City 2, PSG 4. Man City 2, PSG 4. This season, and remember, Chelsea are meeting Man City on Sunday. I pray that they will meet Chelsea with the same low confidence. I mean, can Chelsea take advantage and mount some little pressure on them? I know City, they hate an attacking teams. When the team attacks them, they hate it so much. But my challenge is, we are going to be creating the opportunity against them. Can we bury the ball into the net? If we can, we will be able to score no less than 4 goals against them. Because they hate it when you attack them. PSG has shown us the way. 4-2 it ended in Europe. Dear friend, it ended 4-2 against Manchester City. Now, let me see something here. Okay. Now, let me go straight away to my next issue. Real Madrid. Right now, Real Madrid would play their playoff against Bayern. They also lost their game last night in the Champions League. Real Madrid equally lost their game. Yes, they also lost their game. And so right now, as it stands in the Champions League, Real Madrid would play the playoff against Bayern or Juventus. Against Bayern or Juventus in a playoff. If they win, they will play the round of 16 against Liverpool. Now, this is the first time Real Madrid will have to go through this kind of stress in order. This new system of the leagues, the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference, this new system, it's very embarrassing. It's not like those systems where the teams were already paired, you just knock out, and you are going forward. This new system, now Real Madrid must play off against Bayern or Juventus, these two. And if they win, they will play the round of 16. That's when they will now qualify for the round of 16, which Liverpool has already qualified for. Liverpool and Barcelona. So they will now play it, the round of 16 against either Liverpool or Barcelona. So it's not going to be easy for Real Madrid to get to the final of the Champions League this season. It's not going to be easy for them at all. Dear friends, all right, I think I have gotten enough. As your breakfast, let me not take much time. Let me leave you here. I shall be back in the next one where you see me. Shalom and peace.